And here I is. What's happening, everybody? Glad you could make it on this lovely Thursday evening. This is going to be, after February with all them heavy duty topics that required like the last brain cells that I had left to do research and come up with, good outlines and all this old stuff. I felt like I was back in college. But, I decided, okay, there's so much going on. There's just so much going on with Dusties around the world. Then I thought we should take a moment and acknowledge the dust and just have a little fun with them tonight. So that's what we're going to do. And then we'll get back to our regular stuff, in a couple of days on the weekend or something. But, welcome to the Debsterism channel. For those of you who are new here, what we do is get together on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and either Saturday or Sunday. And I do a live stream, and the rest of the time I'll either put up a pre recorded video or do a pop up. So that's why you should be a subscriber to this channel so that you can get, and when you do, hit that little instant notification, because I'm notorious for just sitting down and cranking up my computer and deciding I just want to do a live stream. I'm just in the mood. And so if you don't have a subscription with the instant notification, you're going to miss out. So what I wanted to do tonight, I had come across some stuff on the YouTube channel wall, on my Facebook, and then a couple of women sent me things too. But we're gonna start off. Hey everybody, we're gonna start off by what I wanted to do was address these issues. None of them are important enough to make a whole video about, but I think together uh, there'll be something that you guys will decide is kind of interesting, and so you can have some fun with it. So let me see. I'm trying to do something fancy here, so let's just hope it works. Okay. Now, what I wanted to do first, which one is that? Okay, so hold on. I haven't used slides in a minute, so I'm kind of rusty. Uh, 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 uh. Oh, okay. There we go. We're going to start with the slides. And, oh, it's shift. All right, there we go. Now, this was posted under a video I'm going to play a small clip of in a minute because it was one of my very first videos. And I'm not sure how many people have really seen it. It was done in 2010 because I didn't really start, I started doing videos on this channel in 2009, but only did like maybe 5 or 10 at the most. And then I didn't do any videos for like 5 or 6 years. And then I started back up. So, there's a video that I'm going to show you in a minute and that I used to make using these cartoon characters to speak the roles of human. They were very, very entertaining, and I think they were a little bit less threatening because they were characters instead of real people. But this guy, as you can see, after he viewed the video, he was extremely upset. He was very upset. So I have to read it in the way that I imagined him saying so you can get the full flavor of his pain. Is it not common fucking courtesy to say hi at least? Why are women so special that they can't even talk? It's ridiculous to call saying hi to someone harassment. That's the height of stupidity. Whoever made this is probably a giant feminazi. Well, of course, that was me. Saying hello on the street is harassment, is it? People need to get some sense these days. I don't want to live on this planet anymore. Bye, motherfucker. Of course, grabbing people is assault, but it's pure insanity to try to say that saying fucking hi to somebody is harassment. Talking about needing to grow up. Jeez. Okay, he was all up in his feelings, just so indignant. Yeah, I used to love those voices too. I'm just like, okay, so hold on a second. Let me see if I can make this work.
Hey, glad you could. Hey, glad you could stop by, Dante. You said you had something important to talk with me about. What's going on?
I came to ask you why black women are so evil.
What do you mean by that, Negro?
I mean, every time we black men see a fine sister on the street and try to talk to her, you all give us the cold shoulder. Why can't you just smile or say hello? All I want is to have a little conversation.
I see. Well, I have to ask you, why do you think that what you want is important to a complete stranger? Why do you believe a woman owes you her time, her words, or her smiles? A woman is not living her life to please you or give you what you want, Minte. Who the fuck do you guys think you are?
Well, it makes me really mad when I try to talk to a woman and she ignores me.
I'm getting a headache already. What do you do or say when you get really mad?
Well, sometimes I will tell her that she is ugly anyway, and I was just doing her a favor.
Oh, so you really think we believe that? You really think we don't know that you are feeling rejected and trying to save your little itty bitty ego by insulting a woman you were trying to holler at 30 seconds ago?
Well, so what? Black women need to acknowledge us when we try to talk to them. It's rude. Why can't they just be friendly?
Why do black women need to do anything for you? Why does a woman you know nothing about need to even acknowledge your existence? Are you that desperate for attention that you hurt us total strangers? You really need to get over yourself. You all on your own jock right now, Dante. This whole conversation makes you sound stupid.
Well, I disagree. I think most women like it when men try to talk to them on the street. It's a compliment. It means she is fine, and I wanna get with her.
I swear, men's selfishness is unbelievable sometimes. You think because you are attracted to her, that she owes you something. No, she doesn't. Women get tired of that shit day after day, Dante. You think you are the only one doing that? Here in the DC area, that is all Negroes do. I've asked a couple of them if them hollering at or grabbing on women on the street has ever gotten them a phone number or a date, and not one of them said yes. So why do you all keep doing it? It's called street harassment. It's so bad that lawmakers around the country are looking at making that behavior a crime. Black men need to get a clue. This will be another way for your asses to get locked up quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Why would a woman report me to the police for that? I mean, I was just touching her to get her attention.
You have no right to put your hands on another person's body without their permission. Her waist, her arms, her shoulder, her hair, and most certainly not her ass or her breasts. That behavior is called assault. Didn't you know that?
Well, it's no big deal. Why do you women make a big deal out of everything?
Oh, so if a big gay dude came and grabbed your ass as you were passing him on the street, you'd be okay with that? If said big gay dude rubbed his dick up against your ass in a subway car, you'd be okay with that?
Whoa. Wait a minute here.
If a big gay dude started following you down the street calling you a bitch and a hoe and telling you that you thought you were all of that and you really ain't, you'd be okay with that?
Wait.
So,
If you were at a party and a big gay dude came up to you and got all in your face, telling you that he wanted
hold
to
on a
dance with
second. Let
you
me see
and
this.
started grabbing on your arm, pulling you even while you were saying no, you'd be okay with that?
Okay, I had to
If
fix
you
the
were at a party
the
and a
thing.
big gay dude came up to you and got all in your
You
face,
know,
telling you that he wanted
hold
to
on a
dance with
second.
you
Let me see
and
this.
started grabbing on your arm, pulling you even while
I'm
you were
trying to
saying
use
no,
my
you'd be
technology and I
okay with
don't
that?
really know what I'm doing yet. So notice the little
Okay,
flubs
I had to
there.
fix
The thing. But you know, this is that whole script that you heard, and there, it goes on for another few minutes.
don't really know what I'm doing yet,
Um,
so notice the little.
this you the way that software works, you create your own script, so every word that you heard there, I would type it in, and then you have to tell the character what to do and how to move. I love that software. I hate it when they went out of business, but or somebody bought them out or something, but I loved it. It was so great. But so all of that is created by me, the characters, the positioning, and all the text, everything that they said, um, is by me. So when you look at this guy's thing, which I will transition back to so that you can see it again, and in light of the video that the clip that you just saw, he has this mentality, and a lot of these dudes have this mentality where they feel like they are entitled to get what they want from women. I mean, if he's attracted to your ass as you walk down the street, you supposed to stop and acknowledge him and say hi to him because that, in his mind, is fucking common courtesy. Okay, but my thing is this, and every dude listening to this, you need to hear this. Go and listen to that video if you don't understand what, because it goes into a lot more depth than it goes on for, I think, about another 5 or 6 minutes. So as Sister Girl, the psychologist, explains to that dumb male friend of hers what he's doing and the damage that it does, especially to young girls. There's, a lot more information on it, talking about older guys, coming after schoolgirls and all kind of stuff. I mean, I went knee deep in it and it's covered everything. But when I see guys like this guy here that we saw, he has an attitude that of entitlement, that he just feels entitled. And saying that it's harassment. Yes, it's harassment. I don't want to talk to you, so you insisting that I do is called harassment. That's what that means. And they just don't get it. They want to say that it's polite and it's common courtesy and it's all these things, but what it really is you are forcing yourself into someone's face, forcing yourself into someone's life, and trying to force someone to acknowledge you and pay attention to your funky ass when you're so unimportant. You like a leaf blowing down the wind. Don't nobody want it. This Nobody cares about you. But you just are so desperate for attention, so desperate for acknowledgement. I'm gonna link to my video where I talk about that too. I'm gonna put it up in here somewhere. But I'm just like, it's just unbelievable to me, and the rage that they feel when you don't want to do it. Now today I read a story, and I've printed it out, but I don't know what I did with it. This happened somewhere, and this teenage girl was with her family. They went to church, right? Teenage girl, 16. 16, 17, something like that. She's with her family, okay? This 40 something year old man at the church was trying to talk to her. Of course, she's a kid. What does she want with this man old enough to be her damn almost dear her grandfather's age, right? So the family goes to Taco Bell. Do you know this motherfucker followed them people to Taco Bell, and he stabbed that girl in the back? A teenage girl, because she didn't want to get with him. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about, and I plan to do a whole show on this kind of stuff as soon as I find a guest who's into that field. But this is some sickness, and this kind of attitude that this guy projected here, which I will show you one more time. For people wanting, because I see a lot of people are wandering in, they're just getting here. This is what we're talking about right now. This guy's comment that was posted on my wall under the video that I just previewed, on black women and street harassment. And this guy's attitude is quite common in the black community and elsewhere, that women are mandated to talk to them, and that if the woman doesn't want to talk to him, that there's something wrong with her. It can't be that he's just like all knee deep up in somebody's face and don't want to be looking at it. It can't possibly be that. It has to be something wrong with her. And so, but and then by labeling it feminism, it implies that because women want to pick and choose who they talk to and have the right to ignore people they are not interested in at all, don't want to say hi to them, don't want to breathe in their direction, that suddenly she's a feminist and that's why he's not getting no play because of feminism. No, it's because you a dweeb. You're ugly, you're awkward, and you're stupid. You don't have no couth, you don't have no manners, and you don't have no goddamn sense. That's why no woman want to talk to you. Okay, if you knew how to approach people in a proper setting, you wouldn't have these problems. This is the same problem with all the MGTOW and incel people. They don't know how to address women. They don't have any kind of skills with women. They don't have no game at all. So they don't get no trim. They don't get no attention. They don't get no smiles. No woman wants to be bothered with them. And they are outraged about it. They're very upset. But this is the kind of thing that when I see this, you see his just total incredulousness about the fact that some woman wouldn't want to talk to him. It's just kind of fucking amazing. It's common in elevators too. You just gotta always have your stun gun on you. I'm telling, pepper spray, don't have it in your purse, ladies. Nobody, you mean, well, why you have it in your purse? Put the shit where you could get to it. I mean, you could have it in your purse while you know, I don't know, going while you in the meeting or in the building or whatever, you already in there. But I'm talking about when you going to and from your car, to and fro on the street, have your shit where you in your hand, in your pocket or something. You got on gloves, have the shit, stuck in there so you can get to it. Don't be having shit buried in your purse. I never understood that. It makes no goddamn sense to do it that way. You just be like, I mean, what you gonna do? Say, oh, stop, Mr. Robber or Mr. Harasser or Mr. About to abduct me while I dig in my purse and get out my protection. Through all them the Mac makeups and all that shit you guys stuff in your purses, and you think you gonna be able to protect yourself like that? You need to think now. Come on, I be on you always to think about stuff. You gotta, yeah, you got to spray the dust, spray it, keep the dust under control. So that is, one of the things that I was just staring at, like in fucking disbelief. Like, what is wrong with these dudes? Okay, so let me switch to the next one. This one was posted under a video that I did. It was called Girls Night Out. We didn't really have a topic, that's why it was called that night. We just got together and showed our ass. We was just talking, all kind of crazy conversation, and just talk, just like women would do if they got together for a girls' night out. I mean, everybody who was participating in the chat, we was drinking, talking shit. I mean, it was like we were having a party, but the only difference was we weren't in each other's face. But the conversation, the laughter, the witty exchanges, everything was just like if we were in a, at a bar or restaurant or whatever, just having ourselves a good old time. So I just named the video Girls Night Out. It was a blast. And this guy, so he watches this, right? And of course, we're talking stuff that women would talk. We talking about dick size and fucking and who's ugly and, all kind of stuff, the stuff women talk, grown women talk about. So he, honey, got all up in his feelings, and he was like, well, any woman that body shames and judges a man for the size of his penis and rejects him for it is the scum of the earth. Size should never matter. Love should. Okay, that's what he says. Size shouldn't matter. Love should. But let's talk about this for a minute. Oops, I did the wrong thing here. Let's talk about this for a minute, because when does size matter to men? Men size, oh, honey, don't be fat, because they will talk about you, call you all kind of names, right? They don't like that kind of size. They don't like it. They talk about it all the time. But they don't want you talking about the size of something that pertains to them. They talk about the size of women's boobs. They talk about the size of women's asses, the size of women's thighs, that word thunder thighs and stuff, right? Look at that giant fatty. I mean, all these things are related to negative issues with women and their bodies. Yet, you aren't allowed to talk about the size of stuff on them. Oh boy, I am a master at breaking men off something talking about that little thing there. They used to send me stuff on AOL. They before AOL instituted all these different policies. Everybody was on AOL. And so people, once they instituted that instant chat thing, right, all the perverts went crazy. So you sitting there on your screen, right, all of a sudden, this little thing pops up. They didn't have blocking features and stuff yet, right? Because they assumed people would have good sense, but they were wrong. So these men would send you pictures of their crotch, right? And all of a sudden, you just sitting there, right? You could be doing something with your kids' homework or whatever. All of a sudden on the screen, here comes some man's dick. So in order to make them stop doing that, what Dad used to say, well, where's the rest of it? Oh, my baby brothers is bigger than that. I would just clown, just act a complete fool. And so, pretty soon they just stopped messing with me. But so when you look at these guys, hold on, let me get back to that slide. I don't know what I'm doing, mashing buttons and doing the wrong thing. He was just all in his feelings about his little wee wee. And I just wanted to laugh, but instead of laughing, I went to the internet. And this is what I found. Now, that's what I'm talking about. This here is what I am talking about. Because these brothers here is packing. They got them six packs working. Girls, look at this shit right here. Look at. Get all close up on the screen. If you got some glasses, you might want to put them on so you can see better. See all nice and clear. Okay, now see, this is, to me, I mean, this is what's supposed to be happening. Now, if you have something where you have to look for the shit, as in that, yeah, I put an arrow there to make sure you saw it. Okay. No, I'm not going to cut it out. I'm just getting started. I'm just getting started. I just wanted y'all to see it. What there is of it. There it is. Okay, that's it right there. Oops. Oh, oops. Yes, there we go. So, and I had another one too, but I felt like I don't need to show two. Y'all get my drift. You know what I'm talking about. So, I'm sorry, dude, that your feelings got hurt because a group of black women, which was talking about men and we was making jokes about it, and you didn't like it. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, you know what I mean? You just have to understand there is someone for everybody. I've talked about this before. Research the ancient Chinese descriptions of the three sexual body types for both males and females. Deer woman, rabbit woman, and somebody else, and then there's elephant man, and whatever else. So that means those sizes are designed to match those particular body types. Like a little rabbit woman is not going to really go well with the horseman or elephant man or whatever the hell it is, and that's a mismatch. He's going to cause her pain and stuff. But with the woman who can handle that, see, that's a perfect match. So you got to get in where you fit in, and you got to make sure that y'all are a good match. So you meet a woman who's the little rabbit woman. She's not gonna be laughing at what you got. It'll be perfect for her. So that's what you need to have. And honestly believe that's why a lot of these dudes go over to Asia and get them little tiny women, because they think, well, she's tiny, and so my tininess over here down there will match with her tininess. But then they get a surprise, because just because a woman is small, you got to remember, Chinese women in ancient China were small too, and they're the ones that developed this theory about, this thing of the observations about the three sizes of women. So when you start thinking like that, obviously then some of the Chinese women had a lot, going on down there to match these horsemen, right? So you can't make them kind of stereotypes just because somebody is small physically, that they can't handle some big, something. So I just want these guys to be very clear on that. That's why they be running over there to Asia and getting them little women, and then the little women be coming back over here. Next thing you know, they got them a black man and on about their business. And they ain't thinking about them men. I've seen that happen too many times to ignore it. And even the nail ladies who used to do my nails would be like, don't you know somebody you can hook me up with? Because, and then they had that broken angel. The shit was hilarious. They used to talk to me about all kind of crazy stuff. And one of the ladies says, because Asian men like this. She says, Asian men like this. I said, stop it. Because, I told you I had the Japanese boyfriend, and he was not like this. Dude was packing. And so that, I mean, I'm not going to say it's a stereotype that's true in all instances. I'm just saying that's what she said. So, yeah. I just wanted to address that. Don't try to, but don't she? I'm just saying. You know, she wanted to talk about it. Okay, so let's move to the next slide. Now, I ran across this on Facebook the other day. There was a long thread where they was talking about um, this CPAP machine, right? And I mean, it was, I mean, hundreds and hundreds. I mean, like, eight, 900 comments from all these people. It's like 30,000 people in this group. So, if it's an active discussion, it could be 1,000 or more comments by the time the thread dies down. So by the time I saw it, I pulled this off. It was about 600 at that time. And Oh, where the sailor? Oh, girl, I'll save that for another time because I can't think about that too much because then people be like, "Oh, you was wild." I'm like, I was only wild a couple of times, but I made my times count. Let's put it that way. So in this, this thing, I mean, these are people that are like in their 40s and over, and so everybody getting old. I'm not saying it's anything wrong getting old. Shit, my ass right in there with them. But the approach is very different. So they were like, yeah, like, would you stay? Somebody pulls this big old thing out and slaps it on their face and stuff. Would you want to spend the night with them? And I started thinking about it, and I'm like, no, the answer for that would be a no, dog. I'm out. And they were like saying, okay, I'll just show you what they said to me. Just they were just so mean to me. You guys were mean to me. I laughed and didn't give a shit. So then there's like, anyone who says they'll bounce is petty. Because there's like a lot of them kind of women in this group. They've never been married. And so to them, being married and having a man and stuff is idealized. They have a lot of fantasies about it. And so they think that any woman who won't, bend over backwards and submit to and suck up to a man, there's something wrong with her. And so they honestly still believe that that's how you quote get and keep a man. So this is what this thing, this is what was said. It's like she was like, I'm petty. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. But they don't let you cuss too much in this group. So it's like, I'm just gonna be petty then. I don't want to see that shit. And I hate snoring. I don't want to hear it. And they're like, but they might need it to stay alive. I'm like, that's good. I'm not saying they need to die. I'm just saying I'm not going to stay there and help me watch them and hear all that while they trying to stay alive. I mean, most of the time, if they lost some weight and shit, that they wouldn't need it anyway. So you're sitting up there, these men with these giant ass beer bellies and shit, looking like Santa Claus. They got all that meat on their chest and fight diabetes and shit. That's why your ass have to wear a Cpap. And the same with a lot of the women. They got all that weight compressing their lungs and stuff when they lay down, and that's why they can't breathe. Lose some damn weight. Stop eating all them pies and fried chicken and shit. You'd be all right. So then we went on, and see, then this dude that's here at the top, man, we went round and round. He was just all up in his feelings because I wouldn't, leave. And I'm like, I wonder why he's so sensitive. It's not like he's trying to date me or I'm trying to date him. I don't even know this clown. You're very petty and shallow. I'm like, shit, nigga, you ain't paying me. You ain't paying me. I'm looking like a goddamn Martian, and I'm not your wife, and so fuck you. I did say that, and I noticed they didn't delete it. And you see the comment I made to him about being spoiled and feeling entitled to have women sacrifice for them, and don't expect that. Do not expect that out of me anyway. I'm not that chick. I'm never gonna sacrifice myself for a man. I'm not gonna do it. Never have, and I don't see no reason to start now at this late stage in life. I'm not doing that. Okay, now you want some woman to sit there and hold your hand and look at you looking like a goddamn fool with that thing all on your face. Well, you just go find somebody else to do that. And here, this lady tried to get into the thing where they want to cut you down. They want to always talk about that's why you single. Typical Negroid stuff. Uh, that's why you single. You too nitpicky and you sweat small stuff. And if something major beyond a CPAP was to arise with a potential mate or prospect, did you see that? Not your mate. Okay, did you see? Read this. That's why I use screenshots because I didn't want nobody saying I was lying on anyone. Potential mate or prospect. Okay, that means you don't know, you ain't dating this person, you ain't engaged to this person, you ain't living with this person, you ain't married to this person, but she wants you to do all this sacrificing to prove to this person that you are, some kind of wife machine or wife material or whatever. I'm just getting my words mixed up. You some kind of wife material, and so exactly a pick. I was trying to stumble around and find the word. Right, it's some pick me shit. Now, when has Deb ever been a pick me? They ain't happening yet. You know. I don't even, and it's true. I mean, I don't like even myself when I'm sick. So I mean, I just have to deal with it the best way I can. But it's not my thing. I could never be a nurse. I could never. do that. I mean, I admire to the death people who can. I really have the greatest respect for them. But one thing about having, with knowing yourself is you know what you are about and what your triggers are and what you are, will and will not accept. I'm very clear on who and what I am, and what I am not going to do is be sacrificing myself for somebody on a machine like that. No, a potential mate or prospect. Okay, I just wanted you guys to see that because, see, in this next slide, this is what it looks like to me. This is when I look at a Cpap machine on somebody's face. I have a 1979 alien movie flashback, and I get creeped the fuck out. I'm sorry. That's what it looks like to me. See that? Don't you guys remember that? Did you ever see that? The original Alien movie? That shit was the bomb. It was so unusual. That thing, when that thing popped out that dude's chest, man, everybody in the movie theater stood up and started screaming. I still remember that. Nah. That shit was hilarious. But see, this is what I see when I look at that. This is what I see. Now, why do you think that I would want to see that? Roll over in the middle of the night and see that. How you gonna cuddle with somebody wearing that thing on their face looking like that? And then the machines make a noise all night long. I don't want to see that. But some of the women were like, "Oh, it doesn't make noise. My mother has one and it's very silent." I'm like, "Well, good for her. What you want me to do?" Niggas gonna get the cheapest shit they can get, and it's just gonna sound like it's a jet engine in the bedroom. I don't want to hear that. I'm very auditory. I don't want to hear. I could hear stuff. My daughter used to say I have dog hearing because she could be upstairs on the other side, and I'd be like, "What was that? How could you hear that?" I swear, that's the kind of hearing I have. So I can't be around noise like that. Every little thing wakes me up. You know. Yes, honey, that's what I'm saying. Elia Howard says, it's the goat. Oh, I'm sorry, that was a reader that said it's the goat horror. That shit was so fucking bomb. It was unbelievable. But, is that a romantic image to have? Because, see, I saw the movie. I was scared shitless. I was all scared shit was going to be busting out of people's chests and scaring the fuck out of me for a long time. That's why, little kids really should not be seeing stuff like that. But I saw it anyway. But that's what that was all about. So, we moving on through these things, but I'm just saying, yeah, yeah. See, no, I don't know. I'm just like, I just can't do it, and it's different. You know what I think? If you're a Facebooker, you know what? Shut up. Ah, that's so true. That is what it looks like. But I'm sorry, I just can't do it. You just have to know yourself. And people say you shallow and petty and stuff. Fine, okay, I'm all that. Now what? I'm still not gonna listen to it. I'm still not gonna sleep in the bed with you. I'm not spending the night. I got to channel Lady Boss now. Throw up my exes. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. So you just gonna be in there with your machine, you and your machine loving each other, just good. I'm happy for you. Glad that worked for you. I don't know what you want me to do. So let's see. What's my next. Okay. So here we go. Here's our next area of discussion. I found this. Someone sent me this in an email. And, men deserve to be spoiled and told how much you appreciate him on the daily. How do you expect to be treated like a queen if you treat him like a servant? Okay, now, to me, there's a big difference between treating a man like a servant and kissing his ass like he's a toddler, needing all this encouragement on a daily basis for doing the shit that he's supposed to be doing as a father, husband, and man of the house. Okay? See, this is the kind of shit that I'm talking about. And it's like when you as a woman have a man that this his ego is this fragile, his sense of himself as a man is this weak and damaged, you have a child that's 6 feet tall with a deep voice and beard. That's what you have. Because grown men ought to know how to do their providing, which is what they're supposed to be doing, without getting pats on the back every fucking day like a German Shepherd. Good boy, good boy. Yes, aren't you the good boy? Look at you, the best. Look at this smart doggy. You just the best. You the best. Mommy loves you. See, that's what reminds me of, because we had dogs and we had puppies and shit. And that's how we did them when we were trying to train them to do stuff. You give them positive encouragement. But these are small animals. Even when, as they got to be adult dogs, we didn't do that. Only when we were training them. So you got a grown ass motherfucker who wants you to submit to him and be the leader, and he's supposed to be the king and all this old stuff. And he's telling you to spoil him like he's a baby. And you know, and that if you don't do that, then that means that you don't deserve to be treated like a queen. I don't know any woman who wants to be treated like a queen. They just want to be respected and loved. They want to be respected and honored. Like, if you make a commitment to them, you make promises to them, you deliver. That's what women want. They don't want all this bowing down and all this queenly, bullshit like these men tend to want. They just want to be loved and treated with respect and given some affection and, not talk too crazy and love. That's it. And how hard is that? So when they make stuff like this, you want to, he deserves to be spoiled. See, that's again that sense of entitlement marching out. He feels entitled to you, just back patting him for every little thing. Oh, look, you took out the garbage. Hercules, Hercules. See, I just can't. And I think that's why I'm still single. It's like, I just date around here and there and, do what I need to do. But I'm not trying to be like lined up with nobody like that, because they get to a certain point and then they get on my fucking nerves. They start failing, and it's like, even like months down the line, you saying they seem good, it's like, okay, well, maybe this one really does have some sense. Let's just wait a little bit though and see. And then sure enough, something will happen and he'll fall off and do something stupid. Like this last one I was messing around with. This fool got into this thing where he just want to show up when he want to. Okay, the first time he had a reasonably good excuse, because I had been on Yahoo News and I'd seen it was a big accident and this and that. Okay, you knew how far you had to go though, so why didn't you leave early? Because just like I could have found out that it was an accident, so because it wasn't like an accident happened when he was on his way here. It already happened, and so the traffic was backed up. So that means he wasn't like checking road conditions and doing stuff like a responsible adult would do to make sure that you get to your destination on time, right? That's what we do. So he didn't do that. So he gets there late. Okay, so I was like, it was on about 15 minutes late, and it was on the verge because that's my cutoff, 15 minutes. So he got here like 14 minutes late. So I'm like, but it raised the alarm. And so then the next time, he just showed up like half an hour late and acting like what? I said, I'm not going nowhere with you. And he's like, well, why? I'm only a little bit. I said, no, no, no. We had a date for 7. It's now 7:30. I done taken my shoes off and shit. I'm back on my computer. I'm doing, editing videos and stuff. That wasn't gonna happen. And so that was the end of that. So, he be calling and I just say, you pick up the phone and you look at it, it's caller ID, swipe to that, where the red part where it disconnects the call, and go on with my business, with my life, because I'm not going to be doing that. You're not going to be doing that kind of stuff to me. And that's the kind of stuff I'll be telling you guys. You have to watch a man's behavior. No matter what they say, had he come in the door, oh my God, I'm this and that. He had all these, decent, reasonable excuses. We could have talked about it. But you're not going to be just showing up like, like what? Like I'm the one with the problem because he showed up 30 minutes late. So we don't play that. So this whole thing here, just wanting to be spoiled and told how much you appreciate him on a daily basis. Motherfucker, grow up. Grow up. No woman should have to be walking around telling you every day how much she appreciates you. Why can't you appreciate yourself like a man? Why can't you fulfill your own ego needs sometimes? Yes, she's going to thank you and stuff when you do something stellar, but you just getting up, going to work. She getting up going to work. You coming back from home from work and you doing whatever, some little shit around the house. Or doesn't she do the exact same thing? I mean, why do you think as adults you should get all these accolades and stuff for just doing the shit that adults do all around the world on a daily basis? That's what being grown means. Being a daddy and a husband, that's what that means. You have responsibilities and obligations and you fulfill them responsibly. So nobody needs to cheer your ass on a daily fucking basis for that. That shit is exhausting. You putting your whole sense of who and what you are in a woman's hands, and if she don't do it, then you don't feel like shit. And she don't make me feel like a man. Motherfucker, make yourself feel like one. If you can't make yourself feel like a man, then that means you aren't one. And no amount of a woman lying to you on a daily basis is going to make you be one either. You're just going to be a delusional little fuck. So either you figure out how to do it by yourself or you don't do it at all. But this is just ridiculous. I mean, making memes about it, honey, begging women to pat them up like they're toddlers. I was just through. I was just looking at this shit like, oh my fucking God. This is just too much. And the weakness, that the neediness that displays is just like, it's just so icky. It's just icky. Okay, so let me see here. Where was I? Oh, okay. Okay, so now we're moving on to the next slide. This was going around YouTube as well. And actually, this was all over the place. Twitter, this was everywhere. What you're looking at is Cleveland Cavalier J.R. Smith with his new baby. They took this picture. I don't like showing kids' faces on the internet, so I put the little star over the baby's face. She's this, I don't know what, one or something, probably a little, maybe 1 year old. She looked about a 1 year old. But this was my concern. This was my concern, Mr. Smith. You're young and you're dumb. You can tell you dumb because you got all them fucking tattoos all over yourself drawn on like the illustrated man. That shit, one or two was enough. I don't understand all this. And that shit might look cute now while your body's hard and muscular. But when your ass get 80 and shit's sagging, we're going to be trying to figure out what the fuck that is on you. And it will not be cute. So, I don't like that because that short story, every time I see something like that, I think about that short story, The Illustrated Man. And it makes me itch. That shit was the creepiest thing I've ever read in my life. And the drawings start moving, right? And so you looking at the shit's moving and no. No, 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 no. But when I see things like this, what I see is a parent who is fucking clueless about what they're doing. You do not, and the rest of you who think that this is something to do, you do not ever put any pictures of your children on the internet in the various stages of undress. Do not ever do that. I know a lot of people like to take the naked baby pictures and they like to take the picture of the baby walking around in a diaper or whatever, doing stuff, the kid pulling off their clothes. I mean, that's something you keep for yourself and your family. Do not put it on the web. Why do I say this? There are too many fucking perverts on the web that love kitty stuff like this. They can look at this and be hard as times of 29 thinking about this baby and what they could do to her little body. You guys never heard of infant porn? It is a thing. Okay? It is a thing. And this young man, I'm not saying he has any ulterior motive. What I'm saying is he needs to be more aware of the society in which we live so that he can do better about protecting his daughter. You have got to be up on the shit that's going on in society. You cannot be living your life willy-nilly when you have children. You cannot do that. You got to be fucking diligent like a motherfucker. Every time you turn around, it's going to be somebody trying to get at your kid. You know what I mean? You just can't do stuff like this. So, and then as a mom, it's like, okay, it concerns me. It's like, it's one thing, the babies, people take the pictures of babies, but why is your ass naked? Why you got to be naked? Where's your, like, shorts or something? Your swim trunk, something. You should have something on. Your junk should not be just bare out there for your child to see. And I knew this girl, honey, and her nephew used to take a shower with his daughter. I mean, really, like the daughter was like 6 or 7 years old. And I used to look at that because the height of this little girl, she's right at his where where her face was right at that level for him. And this guy was weird anyway. I didn't trust him with this little girl. And the mother of the boy thought it was weird, but nobody was saying anything to him to tell him stop fucking showering with your daughter. That's inappropriate. She's not a baby anymore, and she knows what she's looking at. And then they get curious and they want to touch and all this other kind of stuff too. See, no, 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 no. And the mother was just like, just dumb. Certain things, you putting your child at unnecessary risk. And because they used to say, hard dick has no conscience. That's what I always used to hear men say. And so if you as a mother, if you got a fool that might believe that in some dark recesses of his mind, and you have a little child that's going to be looking and touching and wanting to, you know, you know how babies are. They're very oral. You understand my drift. So you mothers, you better be getting your acts together and getting your mind right about what you do with your kids. I don't give a fuck if it is the child's father, because there's just too many stories of what the daddies are just stupid too, and they don't have no barriers about it being their daughter or son. They don't give a fuck. It's just the body, and that's all they think about. So this bothered me a lot. I don't want to say I don't know this guy. I don't want to say that there's anything perverted associated with this. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is he's obviously a young guy. He's an athlete. He's young. I don't know how much he's been exposed to outside of the, athleticism and that whole world there. But I am begging you, young man, and any young man in a situation like this, please read up on what's going on out here with these kids and do everything you can to make sure that your daughter does not show her face. Be like Beyonce and Jay-Z. They kids barely, are seen online, and they definitely don't be showing them naked. Okay? And you know how rarely you see them twins? Okay, that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. You got to be diligent and protect your kids because there's some really fucked up people out here. All right? So, yeah, that was something else. Okay, I got two more things to show you. This one came in today from one of the channel visitors, and she's like, she says that she found this on some dating sites. The kind where you do the swipe left kind of thing. She didn't use a name. Yes, she did. That's right. She did say it was Tinder. Okay, so Tinder, and so there you go. That's what this guy had on his profile. Understanding this way to win him over is understanding that I'm going to do stupid things sometimes. Realize there's no meaning behind that stupid thing other than me being a man. So what does that mean, right? You sit there and you look at that, and then on the surface, that might not seem like anything too deep, but oops, but it actually is, because what it means is he's already putting in his bid to just act a fool. And see, a woman who's not really thinking about me in these slides, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, just mashing buttons and doing the wrong thing. Um, him putting in his bid early, see, so he's already setting up his excuse, and he's already gonna, the brainwashing and mind manipulation has already begun. So what he's trying to do is give himself an out. So anything that he does, he can say, "Well, I told you in my profile, I'm just stupid. I'm just a stupid man," and there's nothing you can really say to it because he did tell you. You see the setup here? This is a classic game. And unfortunately, too many women fall for it. Now, if a man tells you that he's going to do stupid things sometimes, well, why are you admitting that you're stupid publicly and that you do stupid things? See, to me, that means that you plan to do stupid things, you like doing stupid things, and you just don't want to hear about you don't want to get checked for doing stupid things. You don't want to hear her mouth about telling you how wrong you are for doing a stupid thing. You just want to point to your blue blurb that you put in a thing and see, like, well, I told you I do stupid things, and she's supposed to be okay with it and still see you and mess with you. That's what that is. you know. So the young lady who sent this to me, she did not, she felt like I did about it, but I'm warning because there's a lot of you who would see this and be like, oh, that's so cute. I know he just gonna be making some stupid mistakes. Let me see see what he's about. See, you're going to get caught in the trap like a spider. You'll be like flying a spider's web, and you're just gonna be caught. Yeah, because then he can always pull that out. Oh, I told you I was gonna do stupid stuff. And then you'd be like, well, I didn't know you meant this stupid, but it's too late. He already warned you. Okay, so any woman who bit on this is setting herself up for bullshit. There's nothing she can say after he's put this big red flag warning out there and you bit anyway. You know, this is just so unbelievable. I just couldn't believe what I was seeing. Let's see. I have another. I hope I added the last slide. I guess we're about to find out. Let's see what happens. Yes, there it is. Okay, take a good look at this. Everybody take a look at this and tell me what you think. I don't know who put that caption up there, the good stuff. It was already there when I found the picture. But who does that? Is he like at his mama's house or something? They got like medical needs, or he's in a hospital, nursing facility. I mean, what is this? What is this? Why did you put this online? Why do you think that this is good stuff? See, this is what I'm talking about. The ash level, the ashiness, the dustiness is just high. It's just like epidemic. It's like emphysema levels, and it's like, dude, for real? See, in my mind, this is something that you should be hiding from the world. You should have never took this picture. And if you did, you should have deleted it from your phone and slap yourself because you was doing something stupid. You should never have posted this, sir. This is not the kind of stuff you put with your Depends and your IV bag in the picture. What are you doing? This is not cute at all. Yeah, he's not a nurse. He don't have on no nursing uniform. He's just a dusty in the hospital bathroom or nursing home bathroom visiting his mom or something. I don't know what to say about dude, but all I can tell you is that that was some dustiness there that I just don't even know. I couldn't even comprehend that level of dust. It was just too much. It's just like I don't know. I just sat there and stared at it for a few minutes trying to figure out, okay, am I missing something? Is dude like, is there gonna be some like hidden something in the picture? You know how they do them things, find the whatever in the picture. So I'm trying to figure out what the point of this is. Why did you choose now to take this picture? And what is the meaning of this? I'm just all up in it. Then he's like drawers hanging on the back of the door. And dude just looking all scallywaggish and just, you know, no. I couldn't understand it. So this is what Robin got me dying over here. This is these were just a few examples. Because of course, as soon as I said, I was always seeing them on the wall, but I didn't remember which video any of them on. And just in case you guys are new, you're listening to this stream for the first time, there's like 550 videos on this channel now, and it's like I just keep cranking them out more every month, every month, every month. So I'm starting to kind of lose track of what's where and in which video and stuff. So I'm like, yeah, I don't know what to say, but this is I couldn't find the quotes, the posts that the people had put that I was thinking of when I was thinking of this show. I spent about 2 hours looking, and then I gave up because it was just too many videos to go through, scrolling through all the comments, because y'all some prolific talkers. Y'all got a lot to say. And I couldn't find them, but I did have these, and I just wanted to share them with you. Yeah, I thought it was a pick within a pick, but it wasn't a pick within a pick. It's just a pick of the dusty. There's nothing just superb or fabulous about it. Um, but anyway, I just wanted to share that with you guys and have that discussion about, the unique and rather curious mindset of a lot of men. I just don't understand where they get off thinking that they're entitled to women's time and attention. That, I mean, even if you're in a relationship with them, they still feel entitled because now you got to like pop them, pat them on the back and tell them that they're wonderful and spoil them and stuff like they're children, and tell them they did, good job, Rusty, and all this old stuff. And, and then they look like a sad sack homeless person in the bathroom of a nursing facility, and they thinking that this is some good stuff. I mean, the deliriousness and the confused mindset. I'm like, whatever happened to dudes, like being sharp and clean, all clean cut, beard all whipped up, they got their hair tight. They, look nice. They got on nice slacks or shirt or something. I'm not saying you got to be fancy in designer clothes. I'm not saying that at all. But I mean, can you look crisp? Do you have to look dusty and wrinkled? Look crisp and clean. And, don't have grunge under your nails and stuff. And do not have long nails. Men with long fingernails, that shit, I don't like that either. That's something about that looks, no. It makes me want to call Walter and say, Walter, what you think of that? Walter Hampton. I'd be like, Walter, I think something's going on over here. What you think? But I don't know. It's just something about these modern dudes that just really bothers me. They really are confused about what it means to be a man. And I just wanted to point this out to you guys. We had fun laughing at them and all this kind of stuff, but you see how serious they are. So you're likely to run into some guys with this mindset. Just want you to be aware that this is how a lot of these dudes out here are thinking now. You single, you going out here dating, you all on a swipey thing. These, you got to start looking a little deeper about how they act and their mindset. Don't be asking about movies and what you like and what TV show and your favorite color and stuff like that. Y'all need to listen to that video where I talk about the man behind the mask. That it gives you a totally excellent ideas about how to have a conversation with someone that you just met so that you can figure out how that motherfucker is thinking. Okay, because you don't want to get in a situation where he's got all these sexist ideas and and you're not that kind of woman. You want somebody who's gonna meet you like on a level playing field, and he got all these weird ideas. Oh Lord, like this dude, this one of these ladies, the lady actually the one that sent me this. She sent me a link to this video, right? I looked at this shit. It was everything I could do to keep from throwing up. This dude, he probably could have been any older than 30. Had a nose of life, though. I'm telling you, that nose was like comparative to Jimmy Durante or somebody. That was a big honking thing on the middle of his face. But he was sitting up there talking all pompously about women and femininity and how women need to, how they should act and what they shouldn't do and they shouldn't be, quote, whoring around and all this kind of stuff. And he talked about feminism and how, it's the opposite of femininity and all this other stuff. And the bottom line with the young lad, though, was I should start every Tuesday with a funny pic. Shit, ain't my face funny enough? But this dude was, I mean, the stuff he was talking, he was like an 80-year-old man in the mind, telling women what they should do. And what really disturbed me, he's not black, he's not white. I think he's like Pakistani or something. He's something like that, Middle Eastern looking. And so it's all these sisters in that thread sucking up to this motherfucker talking about, well, yes, oh, my femininity, this and my femininity, that. I'm going to tell y'all something right now. There's no such thing as feminine power. There's no such thing. There's power, period. Okay? You either have it or you don't. You sitting up there acting like you some little weak little, dainty thing all the time around these dudes. That's going to get you fucked over. You better put some bass in your voice and stand up for yourself. And, they're like, well, women, they're supposed to be submissive and gentle and this and that. And what they want to do is position themselves in a position of power over you, returning you essentially to 1932. Because that makes them feel good. Telling all these women what you need to do because, women aren't women anymore. The fuck we're not. What we are is the women that we want to be, not the women that you want us to be. And see, that's the problem that they're having. So they put all kind of negative labels on it. You're a feminazi. You don't like, you're a man hater. You're this, you're that. So they're trying to guilt trip and shame you into going back to the thing where they got all this power and control over you without doing anything, without deserving anything like that. They had it just because that's how society was structured. Well, society's not structured like that anymore. Motherfuckers, get over it. Okay? This is a new day. You want to be a man, you need to fucking get off your ass and prove that you are one. You don't get to just drift into a position of control and dominance because you have a dick. Okay, them days are over. No, so them days are over. So you guys be very, especially you young ones. You know, you're gonna be listening to that bullshit, and you're gonna be associating feminism with something negative. Feminism is what got your little asses where you are today. Do you think you'd be able to do half the shit you didn't if 50 years ago women wasn't busting their ass trying to create a path for you to be able to do it? Like you get to be in STEM and shit. You think that was an accident? Women busted their asses for you to be able to do that. For you to be able to get birth control and credit in your own name. And for you to be able to decide you want an abortion even if you married. You don't have to have one. Your husband doesn't have dominion over your body. Okay, but all of this is new. I'm telling you, in my lifetime, this is all new. So exactly, this dude was dusty as fuck, but he was sitting up there trying to use these big words, and he started off the video by saying, "Well, hey Larry, good morning." Or good, whatever he said, he greeted people calling them motherfuckers and fatherfuckers. The only reason I kept listening is because I want to be able to talk about his ass. But how you gonna be greeting your audience like that, and you got people that's liking your videos after you just insulted the fuck out of them? So that's what I'm saying. People there's something wrong here. The sisters was all over this thing, sucking up to this dude, probably because they liked how he looked. But how's you gonna do this? Gonna be calling you a father fucker at the top of the video, and you gonna sit there and like that motherfucker's video? What the hell is your problem? I'm telling you, there's some seriously wrong with the self esteem of a whole bunch of women that they would take that kind of abuse. And even during the video, he was talking about women hitting a wall and stuff. I mean, it was interspersed with what he thought was supposed to be some, helpful tips for them to make sure that they don't be lonely and single at the age of 30. If your ass was the only type of man, honey, I would be single until fuck the hell the world froze over. I wouldn't want to be with no man. Not if he had that mentality. So he's sitting up there, these young women, they're going to eventually be 30 years old. But these silly little girls are sitting up there like, oh, okay. And it's like, don't you understand what this man is saying to you? He's insulting you like there's nobody tomorrow. It's like every single person, either you're going to die at 29 or your ass is going to turn 30. That's it. That's what's going to happen. So, but he's telling you once that happens that you've, quote, hit a wall. So he's telling him, he's like telling him stuff to try to help him, but then he turns right around and insults the fuck out of him in the same video. And of course, I made a long comment and I talked about him like a dog, and I pointed out his flip flops and all the insults he was lobbing against people, and they didn't catch it. Deb is a very high IQ, and I understand everything I hear and read. And this motherfucker was a piece of shit. And I'm just like, this is just unbelievable. Unfucking believable. So, I was gonna take some clips of his video, but then I decided not to give his fucking ass no. I'm not just notice I'm not even mentioning his name. I'm just telling you he had this nose like boom. It was a big one. He could smell the entire planet at the same time. I was like, oh, let me clown this man for a little while, but then I decided to just leave him alone, just talk about his ass. But this is just, and I just want to, because a lot of you women, you follow all these like negative-minded dudes on YouTube, and you be listening to this shit, and you absorbing that shit into your spirit, this dusty energy, and you don't even understand what you're hearing. You're not really connecting the dots. And it's like, how can you hear these men talk about you like this and put you down and tell you nothing, and then turn around and tell you this for your own good while you sitting there feeling crushed and empty and horrible about yourself? And they're doing that on purpose because it makes you easier to control. If they got hundreds of women hanging on their every word and paying attention to the bullshit they're spewing, you guys are feeling crushed inside. You're gonna go on to the next dudes that you meet, Mr. Dusty 1, 2 to 500. You just gonna be quote giving them a chance, and try to make sure that you follow what dude says, so you don't end up lonely and single at 30 and busted up against the wall or whatever shit he was talking about. You guys have to listen better. Okay, this is not just hearing the words. Comprehend the meaning behind the words. And you can see that these guys don't mean you any good. They don't mean you any good at all. They're just running a different kind of game. So it makes it sound like they're helping you. They're coming from that position so that you're more receptive to the bullshit they're telling you. But it's some hateful, negative, woman-hating, misogynistic crap. I'm just like in awe, and I don't spend much time. I don't really spend no time on other people's channels because I have a hard enough time, creating content, editing, doing all the stuff I need to be doing, work for my clients and stuff to keep my income coming in. And so I don't really have time, to hang out on other people's channels that much. But I do welcome, and I'm going to say this: if you guys find something that you think I should see, do not post on my wall because it will not make it up. All anything with a link gets like put into the spam folder, and sometimes I don't even see it then because my cousin will just come by and do a mass highlight and delete, and then she'll tell me about it later. By then it's too late. But if you find a video that you think is one that's questionable, or that you're picking up the negative vibe, and it's this innuendo of condemnation and criticism of you as a woman, try to be something to self actualize yourself, and they're trying to make you feel bad about it, send me the link to survivingdating@gmail.com. Just send it there, and I'll take a look at it. So either me or one of my two cousins will take a look at it and get back to you, because it might just be something that we can use, here as a topic of discussion, especially those ones that have, 150,000 female followers, and these young women with these vulnerable minds that grew up without dads are listening to these dudes and hanging on their every word because they're so hungry for male instruction. And I understand it. I'm not condemning you for it. What I'm saying is, you guys aren't kiddies. You're not little children. You need to turn on your grown woman and start using your brain when you listen to what men are saying, because they always have an agenda. They always have an agenda. You can turn them around from the agenda with your strength of purpose, and no, nigga, we ain't doing that. I mean, you can make them stop, but they're still gonna have it when you meet them, and they're gonna be testing you, like I told you in the video on the whole test. So you have to be sharp and understand what kind of angle they trying to get at you with. No, it's always one there. Trust me, it's always one. So you just got to figure out which one it is. If it's gonna be some bullshit that's out to hurt you, or if he's mistakenly thinks he's trying to help you, but it's still gonna hurt you in the end anyway. Because you deserve to be the woman that you want to be. Okay, you deserve to be whoever, whatever you want to be, without anybody condemning you for it and calling you names and telling you you're a feminazi, and you're a feminist and nobody's gonna want you and you're gonna be single with a bunch of cats. I mean, they all say the same stupid shit. So be very careful. That's all I'm saying. Protect what goes into here, because what goes into here is going to affect here. And when your heart is affected by the words that you hear and the behaviors of the men that you have in your life, it will definitely impact your self-esteem, your self-confidence, and your belief in yourself. These are the things that you need to go out and take the world by storm. You have got to protect what you let into your head. Okay, you cannot let everybody in. You just can't. And just because he's a man, he's telling you, well, I'm speaking as a man and I know what I'm talking about. He knows what he wants. Okay, he knows the kind of woman that he likes. But if that's not the kind of woman that you want to be, then don't listen to him, because that you're not going to date him anyway. So why are you trying to figure out what he likes and model yourself after what he likes? I mean, he most likely already got a girlfriend or two or three. So what are you doing? You need to be the person that you want to be, and then you're going to have the man who's going to meet you is going to be like, well, damn, she is it for me. This is it. This is the woman I want. Okay, then you stop trying to please people that you don't even know on the internet. Please your damn self. I don't know how many times I have to tell you all that. Think about yourself. Take care of you. All right. So I guess I can get off of my soapbox now that I've done all that talking. But yeah, I was just seeing so many dusty ass men today. It was just unbelievable, unfucking believable. And but we will be back on when will I be back? Probably Saturday. I think I'm gonna try to do a live stream this weekend because I haven't done one for a minute. And what are we gonna talk about? I don't know. I'll find something. But like I said, if you find a video that you want us to discuss here, be sure to send it to me. Just send me the link, survivingdating@gmail.com. Do not post it on the wall here. It will not go live. Likewise, if you have an advice question that you would like to be considered for response on What the Fuck Tuesday, we do that every Tuesday, and it's always a crazy time. Then look at the top of the YouTube channel. You'll see that button that says Get Advice, or it's also linked in the show description. It's in every show description, and you can see it there. We're also taking applications for the Living Your Best Life interview series. I'm going to be interviewing people about how they have changed themselves and overcome challenges from their childhood or early adulthood, what kind of work they've done on themselves or whatever. A lot of the ladies who have responded so far have mentioned how much the help they got from finding this channel, even more so than the work that they did with the psychiatrist. Because since I'm not licensed, I'm not held back by rules. I say what the fuck I want to, and some of them they need that kind of directness. I think professionals can't talk to you like that. I can. So in some instances that it works better for people. They respond better. So, all of those will be linked in the show description. I'll be sure to put them in there for you to see. And in the meantime, you guys go out. Hopefully you will learn. So you've learned something from today, from the examples that you saw of negative men and how they try to convince women that what they're talking about is something that you need to listen to, and that they're the path that they want to put you on is one that you need to be on. I disagree. You take care of yourself, okay? Because nobody's gonna love you the way that you do, except me, maybe. All right. This is Deb Cooper from SurvivingDating.com. I will see you, lovely people, on Saturday. Talk to you later. Bye bye.